Mm. It is all about the it's all about okay, sige po. Sino po iyon? Okay, sino po yung ating nag-raise ng hand? So, ano po yung topic natin last week, guys? It is all about the photosynthesis, right? So, we said that photosynthesis is the process, no? Um, this is the ability of the plants, no? Na kung saan they produce their own food, 'di ba? So meron tayo dong reactant and product, 'di ba? So ano yung reactant and product na meron? No? So yung reactant on this process is what? The process or the reactant rather, no? So it came from the or it needs or the plants need a light energy that comes from the sun, and also the what we call carbon dioxide. So ito po yung ine-exhale natin. And then the water. Okay? Now, so ito yung reactant, no, na kung saan magre-react dito sa process ng photosynthesis. And then meron tayong product or yung outcome, no, yung outcomes ng photosynthesis. So this product is the what we call glucose or the sugar. 'Di ba? And also the oxygen. Ngayon po, no, medyo magle-level up tayo to the photosynthesis. And sabi natin, ang photosynthesis, it usually happens where? Sa plants, 'di ba? So, in what particular or specific parts of the plant? Of course, sa leaves. Sa leaves or sa leaf, 'di ba? So, nasa loob, no? And then we have there the cell or the plant cell. So, inside the plant cell, doon natin makikita yung chloroplast na tinatawag natin. Okay? Ngayon po, proceed na tayo sa ating lesson, no? So, ano po yung ating title or the title of our lesson for today? Hmm? Based on the pages na binuksan ninyo sa inyong libro. So, ano po yung title ng lesson natin doon? Hmm? Ano po iyon? It's all about
Cellular respiration, ma'am.
very good. It is all about the cellular respiration, no? So, sige po, allow me to share my screen. Okay, proceed na tayo. So, kung meron tayong photosynthesis last time, so by this time, tayo naman po ay magpo-proceed sa cellular respiration. Actually, ayan, we have here the disclaimer, no? Ayan. Actually, meron akong activity supposed to be, no? But then, medyo konti na lang yung oras natin. Okay, so proceed tayo sa cellular respiration. Ma'am, ano nga po ba ang cellular respiration? So, ang cellular respiration po ay proseso din, katulad ng photosynthesis process. So, dito, ano po yung pinoproseso? So, this is where, no, the food that we take or intake, katulad po nito, no, ng pizza, ng burger, ng grapes, ng hotdog. So, alam natin na this food is composed of um, different vitamins and minerals, 'di ba? So nandiyan yung glucose, no? Specifically the glucose or the sugar. Now, ito po kasi yung important reactant natin for cellular respiration, which is the glucose or sugar. Okay? So ito yung proseso na kung saan yung chemical or the molecules, no, or the chemical energy na meron ay kino-convert niya yan to form a energy. So meaning to say, yung glucose na meron sa pagkain na tinitake natin ay kino-convert ng cell natin to produce energy. So ano yung energy na yon? It is a form of ATP. Okay? So uulitin ko, ang cellular respiration po ay isang proseso na kung saan kino-convert ng cell natin yung pong glucose na galing sa pagkain na tinake natin into a energy, no? So ano yung energy na yon? it is a form of ATP. So yun yung pag-aaralan natin ngayon kung paano yung proseso ng cellular respiration. Alright? So let's now proceed to the learning objectives, which is at the end of the lesson. Students should be able to identify the reactants and products of cellular respiration and understand the basic concept of cellular respiration and to realize the importance of cellular respiration to life on Earth. So actually, ang cellular respiration po ay nangyayari hindi lang sa tao, hindi lang sa atin, hindi lang sa animals, but also sa plants. No? Pero ang photosynthesis ay nangyayari lang sa mga photosynthetic organism like the plants. Alright? So, hindi po nangyayari ang, um, ang photosynthesis sa atin. No, possible sa ibang mga bacteria like yung mga photosynthetic bacteria, pero sa human ay hindi ginagawa or hindi pina-process ng cell natin ang photosynthesis. Wala tayong ganong kakayahan, only the plants, no? And also the plants can process the cellular respiration or happen sa kanila ang cellular respiration. Okay? Now, okay, we have here the two pathways by which the energy is harvested from the food. Again, meron tayong dalawang pathway na kung saan yung energy is being harvested from the food. So, una is the aerobic pathway, which requires oxygen. Okay? So, meaning to say, ito yung pathway, the word aero, it means air. Okay? So, ito yung pathway na kung saan nakukuha, no, or na-harvest yung energy from the food na nangangailangan ng oxygen molecules. Okay? Now, the number 2 is the anaerobic pathway. So, anaerobic pathway, ito naman yung pathway na kung saan hindi niya kailangan ng oxygen. No, meron pa rin siyang napoproduce na energy, but not that much oxygen. All right? So let's now proceed to the cellular respiration. So cellular respiration is the aerobic pathway of obtaining energy. Meaning to say, ito yung proseso na kung saan nangangailangan siya or it requires oxygen, no, para ma-produce yung energy. Alright? So this is the process through which the cells convert the sugar to form energy. Okay? Uulitin ko po, ang cellular respiration po isang proseso siya na kino-convert ng cell natin yung sugar para makapag-produce ng energy. And that energy is in a form of what we call ATP. Okay? Ayan. So, tingnan natin, no? Meron tayo ditong chemical formula, okay, for the photosynthesis and cellular respiration. Kumbaga, ito yung proseso, no? Yung reactant and the product ng photosynthesis at cellular respiration. So, sa photosynthesis, sabi natin, ang reactant natin dito, okay, is the 6 molecules of carbon dioxide, 6 molecules of water, okay, and then the energy. So, yung energy na ito ay nanggaling sa sun. Diba? Ngayon, meron siyang product na mapoproduce. So, ang product ng photosynthesis is the glucose or this is the sugar and then the oxygen. Okay? Ngayon po, dito tayo sa cellular respiration. Kung i-observe natin, ang cellular respiration, meron din siyang mga reactants. Okay? Meron din siyang product. Okay? So, ano po yung reactant natin sa cellular respiration? We have here the glucose or the sugar and the oxygen. Okay? Ano naman po yung product ng cellular respiration? We have here the carbon dioxide. Okay? We have the water and the energy. So, yung energy na yan in the form of ATP. So, sabi dito, the two equations are exact opposite. 'Di ba? Magkabaliktad sila. No? Magkabaliktaran silang dalawa. Dahil, ang product ng photosynthesis, which is the glucose and sugar and oxygen, yun naman po yung reactant ng cellular respiration. And yung reactant ng photosynthesis, no, yun naman po yung product ng cellular respiration. 'Di ba? So meaning to say, in this process, cellular respiration, ang magkakaroon or ang magre-react dito is the sugar and the oxygen. So ang outcome or product na dapat ma-produce natin is the energy or the ATP. Alright? So let's see, no, kung paano yung proseso nito. Okay? So we have here, okay, bigyan muna natin ng review, no, yung ating cells. We have here the animal and the plant cell. Okay? So ito pong color green, ito po yung ating plant cell na kung saan nandun yung chloroplast. So this is where the photosynthesis takes place. 'Di ba? Pero dito tayo mag-focus sa animal cell. So ang animal cell po or yung cell natin is look likes our the animal cell. Ganito po yung structure or itsura ng ating um yung ating cell, no? So kung titingnan natin sa cell, meron tayo ditong tinatawag na cell organelle. Okay? So ito po yung mga parts ng cell na kung saan may mga specific roles and functions sila. Like the ribosome. So ang ribosome, it is responsible for protein synthesis and also sa what do you call this? Sa cell division, no? Ang centrioles is responsible for the cell division, no? Kung bakit ba dumadami yung cell, no? And then the cytoplasm, okay, ito po, I want you to focus here. So ang cytoplasm po, ito po ay responsible or this is the what we call floor of the cell. Okay? Meaning to say, ito po yung place na kung saan yung ibang cell organelle are located. Like the nucleus, kumbaga sa isang kwarto, yung sahig, yun po yung cytoplasm. Okay? Tayo yung mga cell organelle, no, tayo ay nakapatong or located sa cytoplasm. Now, I want all of you, no, to focus on the mitochondria or the mitochondrion. So, it is a cell organelle, no, responsible for um, the energy, no? Kumbaga tinatawag siya as the powerhouse of the cell. Bakit siya tinawag na powerhouse of the cell? Kasi po, most of the energy, which is the ATP, no, are being produced here sa mitochondria. Alright? So now, let's proceed to the mitochondria. So sabi natin, ang mitochondria, this is the powerhouse of the cell. Bakit siya naging powerhouse of the cell? Because most of the energy, no, energy or ano ba yung form ng energy? This is the ATP. Most of the ATP are being produced here sa mitochondria. Okay? So mitochondria, this is where most stages of cellular respiration takes place or happen, no? So meaning to say, katulad din ng photosynthesis ang cellular respiration. Bakit? Meron siyang mga stages. Actually, sa cellular respiration, meron tayo diyang tatlong stages, no? So yung una, pangalawa at pangatlo. So these two and the third stages of cellular respiration takes place or happened in the mitochondria. Okay? So, tingnan natin kung ano ba yung itsura ng mitochondria. So, ito po yung itsura, no, ng mitochondria. Na kung saan we have here the outer membrane, kumbaga this is the skin, no, or the layer of the, what do you call this, mitochondria. And of course, meron tayo dyang inner membrane, no, yung spaces dyan. And then we have here the what we call yung color blue is the matrix. No? Sa loob ng matrix, located yung ibang mga DNA. And then, of course, no, may specific din na stages na nangyayari along the matrix, no? Or dito. Okay? Now, so sa layer ng matrix, ito po yung tinatawag nating crista. Okay? Na kung saan yung isang stages po ng cellular respiration ay mangyayari, no? Sa crista. Okay, so let's now proceed to the three major stages of cellular respiration. So una is the glycolysis. Okay? So ito po, no, hindi siya nangyayari along mitochondria. And then we have the second stages of cellular respiration, which is the Krebs cycle. And lastly is the oxidative phosphorylation. So, ito po, no, bakit siya tinawag na stages? Meaning to say, step by step siyang nangyayari. Una pong nangyayari ang glycolysis, followed by the Krebs cycle, and then lastly is the oxidative phosphorylation and the electron transport chain. Yan po yung ibig sabihin ng ETC, electron transport chain. Okay? Now, let's proceed muna sa unang stage ng cellular respiration, which is the glycolysis. Glycolysis is literally means splitting of sugar. So, bakit siya tinawag na splitting of sugar? Ito po kasi yung stage ng cellular respiration na kung saan yung molecules ng sugar ay hinahati niya or ini-split niya into two. Alright? So, in this process, this is an example of anaerobic pathway. So, ito po yung proseso or stage ng cellular respiration na kung saan hindi niya kailangan ng oxygen. Okay? Hindi niya kailangan ng oxygen. So, it does not need oxygen. And glycolysis, okay, takes place or happened along the cytoplasm. Okay, saan nga po located ang cytoplasm? This is the floor of the cell. Okay, meaning to say, wala pa siya sa loob ng mitochondria. No? Nasa loob pa lang siya ng cell. Okay? So, ngayon, dito mangyayari no, sa cytoplasm yung paghahati ng sugar. So, dahil meron nang nag-enter sa loob ng cell ng glucose molecule, okay, na kung saan i-split or hahatiin nyo ng glycolysis, okay, sa cellular respiration. Now, paano po ba nangyayari ang glycolysis? So once po na mag-enter na ang ang glucose, no, sa loob ng cell, okay? Ang susunod na mangyayari diyan is yung stage ng cellular respiration, which is the glycolysis. Na kung saan ito pong glucose or yung sugar molecule na to, okay, meron pong mag-a-act as enzyme or mag-a-attach na mga enzyme to fasten, okay, the reaction. Okay? Fasten the reaction. Now, ano po yung mga enzyme na mag-a-attach, no, dito sa glucose para mag-proceed sa glycolysis? So, these are the 8-DP and the NADH, NAD+. Ngayon po, merong dalawang molecule ng ADP ang mag-a-attach sa glucose, no? This is part of the process of glycolysis, no? So dahil magre-react si ADP, itong dalawang ADP, so kapag nag-react siya, okay, matatransform na siya into ATP. So meaning to say, meron na tayong unang produkto, which is yung dalawang ATP. Now, bukod doon, magre-react din yung dalawang molecule ng NAD+. So once na mag-react si NAD+, siya ay matatransform into NADH. So dahil dalawa yung nag-react na NAD+, so dalawa din yung NADH na mapo-form. So ito yung pangalawang product na mapoproduce natin sa glycolysis. Alright? Ngayon, ano pong mangyayari doon sa glucose? Siya po ay mahahati na into two, which is yung tinatawag nating pyruvate and another pyruvate. So from 6 molecules, no, sabi natin C6H12O6. Meaning to say, meron tayong 6 na carbon, no, from the glucose molecule. Ngayon, dahil nga may mga enzyme, no, ADP at NAD+ na nag-react, no, and undergo na siya ng glycolysis, ang mangyayari po dito ay may split na siya sa dalawa, na kung saan yung pyruvate is merong tig-3 carbon, no, na split lang sa dalawa itong glucose. So it is no longer called as glucose, but tinatawag na siya as pyruvate. Ngayon, etong pyruvate na 'to ay kinakailangan natin for the next stage of the cellular respiration. Okay, tatandaan niyo po ha, meron na tayong na-produce na ATP na kung saan ito yung kinakailangan natin for cellular respiration, no? Yung pagko-convert ng cell natin to form a energy. Okay, sabi natin ang energy is in a form of ATP. Okay, let's proceed. Ayan, so sa products muna tayo ng glycolysis. Meron tayo dong na-produce na dalawang ATP at dalawang NADH. And also, two pyruvates or yung tinatawag nating pyruvic acid. Now, sa second stage or sa susunod na stage ng cellular respiration is yung tinatawag nating Krebs cycle. Okay? Krebs cycle was discovered by Hans Krebs. No? Sinunod sa kanyang pangalan yung cycle. Bakit siya cycle? Kasi paulit-ulit lang yung proseso na ginagawa niya. Okay? Krebs cycle is also known as citric acid cycle. Okay? So, it takes place or happened, no, in the mitochondrion or mitochondria. Alright? Wait lang po. Okay, meron lang akong babasahin. Okay, wait lang ha. Wait lang, meron lang akong i-read. Okay. So, sige, let's proceed. So, ang second stage po ng cellular respiration ay nangyayari na sa loob ng mitochondria. Ngayon, yung pyruvate, yung dalawang pyruvate, no? Pyruvate na galing sa unang stage, no, ng cellular respiration ay papasok na sa loob ng mitochondria. Okay? So, ngayon po, ang susunod na step dyan is yung pyruvate kanina ay mag-undergo muna ng oxidation or yung tinatawag nating pyruvate oxidation. Ngayon po, dahil meron tayo dong dalawang pyruvate, di ba? So, ayan siya. Okay, pyruvate, pyruvate, pyruvate. Ayan. Ngayon po, dito sa pyruvate oxidation, yung dalawang pyruvate na yon ay kumbaga ma-oxidize pa siya. Okay? So ano po yung mangyayari doon? Ngayon, meron pong mag-a-attach na dalawang NAD+, no, doon po sa pyruvate. Okay? So ngayon po, magpo-produce ito, no, sa bawat isang pyruvate isang NAD+. Ngayon, dito sa isang pyruvate, isa ding NAD+. Pero in total, dahil dalawa yung pyruvate natin kanina, dalawang NAD+ ang mag-a-attach or magre-react sa sa bawat pyruvate. Okay? Ayun, of course, dahil NAD+ yon at nag-react siya sa isang reaction, matatransform siya into NADH. Okay? So, ngayon, dahil tig-isang NAD+ ang nag-react, no, sa dalawang pyruvate na ito, so dalawa din, no, yung NADH na mapoproduce. And then now, meron pong coenzyme A, no, na mag-a-attach dito dahil marireduce yung isang carbon dito sa dalawang pyruvate, no? So ngayon, dahil madedetach yung isang carbon na yon, okay? Yung iba pong mga oxygen na nasa labas, no? Or nandyan sa environment na yan, mag-a-attach dito sa isang carbon. Kaya, this detached carbon, okay, etong na-detach na carbon ay magpo-form ng carbon dioxide. Okay? Ngayon po, ano nang mangyayari sa pyruvate? The pyruvate will no longer called as pyruvate, no? Magpo-form na siya or magpo-produce na siya ng acetyl-CoA. So ito guys, yung nasa illustration, isang pyruvate lang, no, yung pinapakita. Pero yung isang pyruvate, ganun din yung mapoproduce niya. Okay? Ganyan din po yung mangyayari sa kanya since dalawa sila. Okay? So dito po, no, dahil nga merong nag-attach na coenzyme A, itong pyruvate dahil dalawa na lang yung carbon niya, So, magiging acetyl-CoA na po yung tawag sa kanya. And this acetyl-CoA will be needing for the second stage or for the next stage to ng Krebs cycle. Okay? So, paumpisa pa lang ito. Tatandaan niyo po, ang pyruvate oxidation is part of the Krebs cycle. Hindi pa nagsisimula, no? Kumbaga, paumpisa pa lang. So, ngayon, ang acetyl-CoA ay kinakailangan for the Krebs cycle. No? Na-oxidize muna yung pyruvate to form the acetyl-CoA. Kasi ang acetyl-CoA po, ang beginning and end ng Krebs cycle. Kaya po siya tinawag na cycle kasi mag-i-start ito from acetyl-CoA at mag-e-end siya as acetyl-CoA pa rin. Okay? Ngayon po, dito sa Krebs cycle, meron pong or dahil sila ay in 6 carbon, no? Magre-reduce ng isang carbon or magde-detach ng isang carbon 'yan. And then dahil may mga oxygen diyan na mga palibot-libot, mag-a-attract siya dito sa isang carbon, forming the carbon dioxide. Dahil nga, no, merong dalawang molecules ng NAD+ ang nag-react sa kanya. Okay? Continuation 'to ng pyruvate oxidation ha. Nasa Krebs cycle na po tayo. Okay? Ngayon, dahil dalawang molecule ng NAD+ ang nag-react, it will transform into NADH. Okay? So, dalawa po, no? Kumbaga, sa isang cycle, okay, isang NAD+ ang nagre-react. Okay? Isa lang po, no? Isa. Okay? Isang NAD+. Ngayon, ang susunod po, dahil nga may nag-attach na NAD+ and na-detach yung isang carbon, so meron na lang tayong 5 carbon, no? Ngayon po, meron po ulit na isang molecule ng NAD+ ang mag-a-attach to this carbon, no? So same lang din, etong nag-react na NAD+ will transform into NADH and then magpo-produce ng carbon dioxide dahil may na-detach na naman, no? Pero by that, no, meron pong ATP or isang ATP ang na-produce. So dahil 4 na lang, no, kasi na-detach na yung isang carbon, meron naman pong mag-a-attach na FAD or the FAD, no? So this FAD will produce the what we call FADH2. So itong FADH2 na to, it means the flavin adenine dinucleotide. So, ito pong flavin adenine dinucleotide or FADH2, this is the what we call cofactor or the redox cofactor which is created during the Krebs cycle. Okay? Ngayon po, dahil may nag-attach na ito mga enzyme sila, no, mga cofactor enzyme sila. So, ngayon po, dahil 4 carbon na lang yan, no, meron po ulit na a-attach na isang NAD+, ngayon para ma-reproduce ulit yung tinatawag nating acetyl-CoA. So, yun po yung isang cycle, no? Pero to complete the Krebs cycle, no? To complete this cycle of citric acid, kailangan pong niyang umikot ng 2 beses to complete the cycle of Krebs cycle. Okay? Meaning to say, isang ikot pa lang yon. So meaning, isa pang ikot yung dapat mangyari para ma-complete yung Krebs cycle. Okay? So from the single cycle, tingnan niyo po dito sa baba, okay? Meron tayo ditong na-produce na 2 carbon dioxide. Isa at 2. Ngayon, meron din tayong isang ATP na na-produce. Isang FADH2 at 3 NADH, no? Isa, 2, at 3. So, isang cycle pa lang yon. Pero sabi nga natin, ang complete Krebs cycle is 2 cycle. So, ang mangyayari po, ido-double lang natin yung mga product na na-produce natin sa Krebs cycle, which is dahil may 2 carbon dioxide, magiging 4. So, dahil may isang ATP, magiging 2. No? Dahil may isang FADH2, so magiging 2 na, no, para ma-complete yung Krebs cycle. So dahil may 3 tayong NADH, So, magiging 6 siya. Alright? So, in total, ito po yung na-produce or product natin for the complete cycle ng Krebs cycle. Pero, okay, sa product natin, no, dahil isinama natin or isasama natin yung pyruvate oxidation na kung saan meron din tayo dong na-produce na NADH. 'Di ba? Now, um, sa product or yung product ng Krebs cycle in total, no, meron tayong 2 ATP, 8 NADH. Ma'am, bakit po 8? Eh, di ba 6 lang? So, yung dalawa po kasi, doon po yon nanggaling sa pyruvate oxidation. Okay? Doon po nanggaling yung dalawang NADH. And then we have 2 FADH2 and 6 carbon dioxide. Kasi doon pa lang, no, kung titingnan natin, meron tayo ditong 4, and then dito sa oxidative phosphorylation, meron din tayong dalawang mapoproduce na carbon dioxide. Kaya meron tayong 6 carbon dioxide. Alright? So, may question po ba, mapagparaya? Question? Hello, guys? Mapagparaya? Hello? Okay, wala naman po. Okay, sige. Let's proceed, no? Kasi we're done with the second stage of the cellular respiration. Tayo ay magpo-proceed na sa last stage ng cellular respiration. Pero, guys, tatandaan nyo po na itong NADH at FADH2 ay gagamitin natin para sa susunod na stage ng cellular respiration. Okay? Now, so we have here the oxidative phosphorylation in electron transport chain. So guys, ang oxidative phosphorylation is tinatawag din siyang electron transport chain. And this is the last stage of cellular respiration which takes place or happened sa mitochondria pa din. Okay? This is where the bulk amount of ATPs are produced. Meaning to say, hindi na anim-anim yung napoproduce dito, no, na ATP. But a bulk amount, no, malaking amount ng ATP or energy ang napoproduce dito sa last stage ng cellular respiration. So let's find out bakit malaki or bulk amount ang mapoproduce na ATP. So let's proceed. Ayan. So this is the illustration, no, ng process ng oxidative phosphorylation. So this is the inner view, no, kumbaga mas malapit pa na what do you call this? Mas malapit pa na illustration, no, na kung saan this is the cytoplasm, no, sa loob to ng cell, okay? And this is the layer of the mitochondria. Okay? So, sa loob ng mitochondria, nandiyan yung intermediate space. And then, we have here the matrix. Okay? Nasa loob tayo ng matrix. Or this is the crista na tinatawag natin. Or yung layer ng matrix. No? Now, meron po tayo dyang mga tinatawag na um, electron transport chain. So, these are electrons or their electrons are transferred by the membrane proteins. So, tinatawag din natin itong mga to as the membrane proteins. Okay? So, ngayon po, ang mangyayari dyan, yung unang-unang stage na mangyayari, the proteins and the chain, okay, ito po yon yung mga proteins natin dyan, okay? So, the proteins in the chain will pump the hydrogen ion across the membrane. So dahil meron tayong mga hydrogen ion dito sa loob, no, which is in the low concentration, okay? So itong mga hydrogen ion na to ay ipapump ng mga protein chain natin. Ito sila. No, ipapump out nila yan from lower concentration to the higher concentration or palabas ng ng krista, no, ng matrix. Ngayon, once this hydrogen ion, no, itong mga nasa labas na mga hydrogen ion flows back, no, flows back across the membrane, ito yung mga membrane natin, okay, through the ATP synthase complex. Ngayon po, dahil lumabas na itong mga hydrogen ion, it will flow back to the membrane. Kumbaga, babalik siya sa loob. So, once na bumalik siya sa loob, no, so it was, kumbaga, magfo-flow back siya along the membrane through the ATP synthase complex, no, with the help of the ATP synthase, no. Ngayon po, from this, no, pag nag-flow back itong hydrogen ion, meron pong magre-react na ADP, okay, na nasa loob ng matrix, no, dito sa ATP synthase na kung saan magfo-form siya ng ATP na yung ating kinakailangan. Ngayon po, ang next po dyan, no, the oxygen here, okay, yung oxygen dahil ang second and the third stage po, no, kumbaga it requires na ng oxygen, or cellular respiration requires oxygen, no. So ngayon, ang oxygen, it will act as the electron acceptor. Kumbaga nag-a-act siya, or mag-a-act siya na mag-a-accept ng electron itong mga oxygen. By accepting the electron, the oxygen will reduce to form the water. Okay, ngayon po, dahil mag-a-accept siya ng electron, marireduce siya, and magfo-form siya ng water, or ng H2O. So which is the oxygen is the byproduct of the electron transport chain, 'di ba? Ngayon po, ang susunod na stage diyan, all the high electron carrier, no? Ito po yung mga NADH at FADH na nanggaling sa Krebs cycle, no? Nanggaling po ito dun sa second stage natin. Sila po ay mga electron carrier. Meaning to say, may mga dala-dala silang electron. Ngayon, yung electron na yon, okay, of course, ita-transfer nila dito sa electron transport chain na kung saan magta-travel, no, and then tutuloy po ulit yung pag flows or pag-pump, no, ng mga hydrogen, and then magfo-flow back pabalik yung mga hydrogen ion to form the ATP, no. Paulit-ulit po yan, depende po sa electron na merong dala or number ng molecules ng NADH at FADH na dala, no, na itina-transfer dito sa electron transfer chain para ma-produce yung ATP. Okay? From this, bulk of ATP from the entire cellular respiration will produce a net of 32 to 36 ATP in summary. Kumbaga, ito po yung proseso ng pagko-convert na kung saan ang NADH ay kayang ma-convert dito sa oxidative phosphorylation, okay, to form the ATP. So, paano po yung magiging conversion nila? Ngayon, yung isang molecule ng NADH can be convert into 3 ATPs. So meaning to say, yung isang molecule ng NADH na ita-transfer dito sa ETC, magpo-produce siya ng 3 ATP. Yeah, totoo, no? Then, yung isang molecule naman ng FADH2, kaya niyang ma-convert ng 2 ATP at makapag-produce ng 2 ATP. Alright? So, in total, we have a total of 10 NADH and 2 FADH from glycolysis and Krebs cycle. So, sa Krebs cycle, meron tayo ditong 8, di ba, na NADH. At meron tayo ditong 2 FADH. Pero, sa glycolysis, meron tayo ditong 2 NADH. Kaya po, in total, meron tayong 10 na NADH, which is kaya niyang, or yung isang NADH kayang ma-convert sa 3 ATP. So 10 multiplied by 3 ATPs, we have 30 ATPs. Then yung isang FADH, okay, kaya niyang ma-produce ng 2 ATP. So dahil meron tayong 2 FADH2 dito sa Krebs cycle, okay, 2 multiplied by 2 ATPs, we have 4. So therefore, sa oxidative phosphorylation, no, kaya niyang makapag-produce ng 34 ATPs, which is, sabi natin, no, bulk amount ng ATPs ang kayang ma-produce sa oxidative phosphorylation. Okay? So ngayon, in total, or we have the product in oxidative phosphorylation na 34 ATPs. So sa 34 ATPs, meron namang 6 na water ang na-produce. Kumbaga parang ang nangyayari dito, 6 na ikot, no? 6 cycle ang na-produce kasi um, 6 na water ang na-produce, then yung pag-produce naman ng ATP is 34. Okay? So, in total or in summary, okay, sa glycolysis, meron tayo doong 2 ATP na na-produce. Sa Krebs cycle, we also have 2 ATPs. And sa oxidative phosphorylation, 34 ATPs ang na-produce. Okay, ideally, sa isang molecule ng glucose or sugar, kaya niyang ma-convert, no, sa cellular respiration ng 38 ATPs. Okay, again, ang ATPs po, this is the energy. Okay, energy po yan. Okay? So ngayon po, bakit po naging 38 ATPs, ma'am? Kasi po, 34 sa oxidative, plus 2 sa Krebs cycle, 36. Plus 2 pa sa glycolysis, we have 38. So meaning to say, yung isang, let's say this is the molecules of the sugar, no? Okay? So sa isang molecule ng sugar, kaya niyang ma-convert yan into 38 ATPs. Okay? 38 ATPs. Okay? So, ganun, no? Kahalaga ang cellular respiration na kung saan yung isang molecule ng sugar kaya niyang ma-convert into 38 ATPs. No? Ngayon, yung ATPs na yon ang isusupply or magsusupply sa iba pang mga cell organelle, no? Para makapag-produce siya or kumbaga makapag-function siya sa kanyang mga trabaho. Okay? Sa kanila pong mga kanya-kanyang trabaho. Ngayon po, okay, let's proceed dito. May question po ba, mapagparaya? Question? Question po? Wala? Alright. So let's move to your book, no? Sa libro po ninyo on page 132 and 133. Kasi kanina ang cellular respiration, sabi natin, this is an example of aerobic pathways, 'di ba? Ngayon, ano naman yung example ng anaerobic pathways or ito yung mga hindi kinakailangan ng oxygen sa proseso. So sabi dito, alternatively, an aerobic pathway may be used to supply blood cells with immediate energy source. So yung unang stage ng anaerobic pathway is similar to the aerobic pathway katulad sa cellular respiration. In that, they begin with glycolysis. Kumbaga, nagsisimula din sila sa glycolysis, no? Ito pong aerobic pathways. Okay? So, glycolysis. Okay? So, nag-start sila sa glycolysis and then, na kung saan ini-splits up din nila yung sugar and then, recall the 2, 3, no, na kung saan this glycolysis will produce the pyruvate. No, yung dalawang pyruvate. Okay, pyruvate. So, pyruvate. Yan. Ngayon, dahil may na-produce na dalawa din siyang pyruvate, okay, the second stage is called as fermentation. Kung ito yung unang stages, yung pangalawang stage is the fermentation. Dito po sa fermentation, yung pyruvate ay kinakailangan niya na. Okay? So, in fermentation, this is which recycles the materials needed for glycolysis to continue but does not release any useful energy. Kumbaga, dito po sa fermentation, ipaprocess niya lang ulit to produce glycolysis pero wala siyang enough na ATP na mapoproduce. Alright? At this stage, the enzymes also speeds up the process of producing energy but in the absence of oxygen. So sa fermentation process, parehas lang din 'no, yung pag-process katulad sa Krebs cycle, pero wala pong kailangan na oxygen dito, 'no, hindi niya kinakailangan ng oxygen, okay. Now, depending on the type of organism, fermentation converts pyruvate into various end products in the form of ethanol and carbon dioxide or lactic acid na tinatawag natin. Humans, animals, bacteria, and yeast is in low oxygen environments. So yung mga example natin like the yeast, no? Okay, yeast, sila ay mga low environment, low oxygen environment. Kumbaga, it does not really need oxygen, no, para sila ay makapagpatuloy sa kanilang proseso. Now, which or humans, animals, bacteria, and yeast is in low oxygen environments, obtaining energy through anaerobic pathway at some point or all the time. Several application of fermentation, okay, have been proven useful in people's life. No, actually, ang fermentation is ginagamit na natin to, no, sa market, sa ating culture, at sa iba't ibang pag-produce ng pagkain. Okay? Yeast cell produce the alcohol. Okay, tatandaan nyo po itong yeast, it produces alcohol. Okay? So, it produces alcohol present in the wine and beer through fermentation. Okay? Siya po yung nagiging dahilan kung bakit nakakapag-produce tayo ng wine or ng beer, no? Kasi pine-ferment sila. Okay? Hinahalo doon sa mga kumbaga extract like the grape extract, no? Hinahalo yung yeast sa kanila. Ngayon, yung yeast may kakayahan siya makapag-produce ng alcohol. Kaya po yung mga wine is nagkakaroon ng mga alcohol content. No? Bukod sa ang grapes ay meron na, okay? Ganun din naman po dito, no? Now, they also produce ethanol, which is useful in the rising of bread during baking. So ganun din, no, ang yeast hindi lang alcohol ang napoproduce or the alcohol which is the ethanol, okay, which is ang ethanol is very important sa baking. Okay, sa pagbe-bake natin kung bakit umaalsa, no, yung ating ginagawang dough, no, because of the yeast dahil it produces ethanol. All right? Now, some bacteria produces lactic acid. So yung iba namang mga bacteria, nagpo-produce sila ng mga lactic acid, no? So yung lactic acid na yan, pwede nating makita yan sa mga milk, no? So sa milk or sa pag-produce ng cheese, okay? Sa paggawa ng cheese, lactic acid or yung napoproduce dyan, which can yield cheese with sharp taste. Kaya 'di ba parang maasim yung amoy, no? It means it was created by the bacteria, which is ang mga bacteria is a low oxygen organism. So, our muscle also, okay, yung muscle po natin, yung ating mga muscle, no? Muscle also experience fermentation. Okay, yung muscle natin nakaka-feel din sila or experience ng fermentation. How? So, when the lactic acid builds up in the muscle cell, okay, kumbaga nabibuild yung lactic acid, no, doon sa ating cell na kung saan nagka-cramps, no, nagka-cramps tayo or kumbaga naninigas yung ating muscle. So when the muscle in the body are exhausted, a burning sensation is felt as lactic acid is liberated from your muscle, which result cramps. When oxygen is present again, kapag meron na ulit oxygen sa muscle cells natin, so the aerobic respiration will resume. Babalik na siya. Kaya unti-unti nang magre-relax yung ating cell, no, na nagka-cramps. Fermentation yields only 2 molecules of ATP while the aerobic pathway yields 36 to 38. No, tatandaan nyo po, sa fermentation, nag-yield lang siya or nakaka-produce lang siya ng 2 ATP compared to the anaerobic or cellular respiration na 38 ATPs. 'Di ba? So fermentation is important in the global recycling of carbon in the environment. Without the presence of anaerobic microorganism, Earth will become oxygen poor. So importante ang fermentation, no? Kasi, kapagka walang fermentation 'no, kumbaga, sa cycle ng environment natin or in global recycling, too much 'no, yung magiging demand sa oxygen. Unlike kung meron tayong mga fermentation like yung mga production ng mga yeast, ng bacteria 'no, na kung saan, nakakatulong sila for our global recycling na kung saan hindi kinakailangan ng sobrang oxygen. Okay? So, Earth will become oxygen poor. Since microorganism will not recycle the nutrients back into the soil, Earth will be filled with undercomposed organic material. There will be little nutrients unavailable as raw material for photosynthesis to occur, and neither human nor animal would survive in the long run. Okay? Kailangan din 'yun 'no, or importante din 'yun para magkaroon ng recycling for the nutrients. Alright? So may question po ba tayo mapagparaya? Question? Because that ends our presentation. So may tanong po ba tayo, guys? Hello?
Wala.
Wala naman. Alright. So, ganito po, no? I-remind ko na lang kayo. Okay? So, wala po tayong performance task by this week, no? Pero magkakaroon po kayo ng quiz. Okay? So, kailan po yung magiging quiz namin, ma'am? Since po tomorrow, no, dahil walang pasok tomorrow, so wala po akong i-upload na quiz. But your quiz will be uploaded on Monday na 1 to 2 p.m. Again po, double check nyo po no, yung quiz ninyo sa Monday. So, wag pong kakalimutan ha. So, para po doon sa may mga kulang pa or hindi nakapag-take ng mga previous quiz, so magbibigay ako ng access siguro next week na. So, ipo-postpone ko muna by tomorrow since walang pasok, no? Holiday tomorrow. Alright? So, ano po yung coverage, ma'am, ng quiz namin? It is all about the cellular respiration. Alright? So, may tanong pa po ba? Okay, stop recording na ako.